welcome back to the YellowCard Vanguard Channel. I'm your host, Toku from the Twitch channel, It's Toku TV. Every Monday, I've been building and testing decks for Clan Collection on stream, so swing on by to be part of the process. Every day until I'm done with Clan Collection, I'll be uploading a deck core for people to check out if they're interested in picking up a new deck from Clan Collection. Firstly, I want to emphasize that these decks that we've brewed up together are not optimized, just a general idea to build off of. A deck core, if you will. Ratios should be tested and other options will be provided. The goal of Clan Collection was to provide clan side grades, and I hope that I'm able to provide you viewers with potential ideas to go off after if the current deck for your favorite clan isn't what you're looking for. Without further ado, let's get into it. Day 1 of our Clan Collection journey, we'll be looking at my very first main clan in Oracle Think Tank. OTT has the privilege of being the first meta deck in the V format, way back when Imperial Daughter and most importantly Promised Daughter were released in Set 1. Since then, the clan has taken a step back. Clan Collection has given us support to the Tsukuyomi deck. Let's do a quick run through of the new cards in the deck. This new Grade 3, Royal Miko of the Moonbow, Tsukuyomi, counts as a trigger in the trigger zone, and when drove check, gives your Vanguard 10k and also a crit for a counterblast if need be. The first effect is obviously there to help proc the second effect of Tsukuyomi to give your front row 10k, and the second effect kind of sorta acts like a critical trigger. Unfortunately, you're not able to give the crit to any rear guard, only your Vanguard. Still, we do run 4 to up our trigger count from 16 to 20. The new Grade 2, which we don't run, is Miko of the Round Moon, Fuyo. On any placement, rear or Vanguard, for Counterblast 1, this draws you a card and stacks your deck top with a normal unit from drop. Usually in this case will be Tsukuyomi, or if your opponent is Grade 3 or higher, you can soul charge it instead, in which case you'd most likely be soul charging a Tsukuyomi to get the 3 Tsukuyomis in soul for her first effect. Then we've got the new Grade 1. Miko of the Mirror Moon, Sae. This card is your 5th to 8th copy of the Grade 1 Tsukuyomi through its first effect, and her second effect is that when your opponent is Grade 3 or higher, similarly to Fuyo's skill, you're looking to soul in a Grade 1 or Grade 2 Tsukuyomi from your board to A, get Grade 3 Tsukuyomi's condition met for the draw 3, and B, to stack your deck for triggers and to get to your stack. We obviously run 4 of these to max consistency on the Grade 1 ride. Finally, the new Grade 3 heal, Goddess of the Water Dragon, Toyota Hime. At this current point in time, it's hard to say which sort of heal trigger we want to run, because sometimes maybe that 5k extra shield is more important if none of these effects really come up, but if for some reason you're being damage denied when you hit Grade 3, you can still call down Toyota Hime from hand to get a counterblast to use Tsukuyomi's skill. This card can definitely switch back and forth between generic heals and itself based on the current meta. Let's run through the deck core now. The draw to playing Tsukuyomi is the fact that each time you successfully hit the ride chain, you +1 for free, and that you are building a stack of triggers for an explosive double trigger turn. To maximize on this idea, we are obviously going to play 4 of each Tsukuyomi. For trigger lineup, I've chosen to go with 12 crit 4 heal, as this deck needs some bite. And draw triggers might dig into your stack a bit sooner than you're expecting and might change your game plan. And hopefully, with a more consistent way to get Tsukuyomis to soul in hand, rewriting for protect markers serve as your PG. We play 4 of Tsukuyomi for the 17th to 20th trigger for Tsukuyomi skill, and we play 4 Sae for our 5th to 8th copy of the Grade 1 Tsukuyomi. Now, we're left with 13 slots to play with. These 13 slots are flexible, and it's where we put our text in our case, our finisher as OTT sorta kinda lacks. The finisher we chose to play is Diviner Yashimata Hiko at 3 copies. A card we want to see, but mostly only in the late game. When you get to your stack of ideally 2 triggers and a normal unit, after you swing with Tsukuyomi and you check those 2 triggers, you can stack the crits on him. And when you use his effect to flip the third case, in this case it will be a normal unit. Thus, you will restrict your opponent to guard a 39k swing with triple crit with only normal units. 39k isn't exactly what I'd call a scary number, so I wanted a big booster. For this, I ran 3 copies of Battle Sister Kasata, which in this case should always be an 18k booster. Combine this with Yachi Matahiko and you've got a 57k column triple crit guard restrict aiming for game. To increase consistency in finding pieces, instead of running Fuyo, we chose to run 4 copies of Rectangle Magus. A draw and a scry in one, but also doubles up on Tsukuyomi's second effect to gain extra power each turn when you draw check a trigger. This card doubles not only as a consistency piece, but also a strong attacker. With our last 3 slots, I noticed this deck needs some counter charge if we ever get stuck, and also some soul charge. So I threw in 3 copies of Oracle Guardian Gemini to help alleviate Rectangle's Soul Blast cost so we don't accidentally Soul Blast the Tsukuyomi when it comes to it. Now, what other options are there to run in these 13 slots? We can run Battle Sister Shoket. Not only does she speed up your stack, she also digs for a second copy of Grade 3 Tsukuyomi if you need it too. You can also consider Battle Sister Praline as an attacker and a hard-to-hit body at permanent 23k. Most time at your grade 3 turn, the top of your deck should be a trigger. Use Tsukuyomi's skill beforehand. Do note that Tsukumiori only counts as a trigger in the trigger zone. Praline will retire if you reveal Tsukumiori off of the effect. Battle Sister Macaron and Ravioli Magus are always effectively 90k attackers in this deck as well. But Ravioli more consistently, so since you need to call Macaron before using Tsukuyomi's skill. Both Offset Angel and Battle Sister Panettone can fulfill similar roles if you're looking for ways to get more power onto the board, or if you're looking to speed up the stack. Offset's benefit is that she stays on board so you're able to use her multiple times in a game, whereas Panettone fills the soul and makes triggers a bit harder to deal with for your opponent. As for a prediction of where OTT will be after this set, honestly speaking, I definitely don't think it will be anywhere near top tier. Unfortunately, the clan still lacks a way of recycling cards back in the deck to go infinite until your opponent breaks. It lacks a really good finisher, it lacks multi-attack, so either you'll win through 2 big stack crit turns, or you'll deck out and eventually fold. I would say that this is, however, a good side grade compared to the Battle Sisters deck we got from Clan Selection. But it pains me to say that neither deck will really make a dent in the current V meta. Play around with some cards and find a playstyle for this deck you like. Maybe Draw Sentinels are better since it gets you to your stack faster. Maybe you always just want big attackers to shred through the hand faster for your big stack turns regardless of having an actual finisher or not. There's a lot to explore in those 13 slots, but this kind of wraps up all I've got to say for Tsukuyomi post-Clan Collection. Hope to see you back here tomorrow for the next Clan Collection core. This has been Toku from YellowCard Vanguard. Toku out.